Hey, welcome everybody. It's December. Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we're super excited because we have some fun things planned for this call. It should be pretty short and simple. If you have a win from November, please shout it out in the comments. Or if you want to unmute and shout yourself out, that is totally okay. On your marks, get set, go. Who wants to?
I will.
Okay.
I had been having some pretty intense conversations with people that I know that are really sick. And they kept telling me yes, and then crises after crises, and nothing happened. And I was so excited. Two of them signed up, one in October and one in November. And they are all in. And it's just so fun working with somebody who's so ready. They just want health, and they're just tell me what to do, and open to sharing, both of them. But they definitely need to get their health on track too. So they're
very good. That's so exciting.
Big win for me. Yeah.
Madison and Rossetti said HPE, highest points ever, 21 team ads, and she had 15 level ones. Congratulations, Madison. Amber said, excited for some level ones, adding folks, added 8 to our team this month and reclaimed my rank. Awesome. All right, well, there's 9 of us on at this point. So
let's go.
Whoever else has a win, pop it in the comments. I will share some stats just for funsies. So if you guys listen to the Genevieve live on the Ambassador Academy page on Saturday morning, she had some really cool things to share. And I would encourage you guys all to go listen to that if you haven't caught it yet. But just FYI, we basically broke Plexus. Not really. We sold so much balance that we basically ran them clear out. And there was almost 17,000 orders in about 10 days when we had that Black Friday special. So amazing job, everybody. That's so exciting. There is some information about the balance and how they're going to be restocking that and shipping that as soon as possible. But in the meantime, all people that have a back ordered balance basically get a free sleep. So a whole bottle of sleep gummies. So that's super exciting. And there's a bunch of great specials. So make sure you go check your email and look at all of those. There's specials literally for each demographic, really. So it gives you opportunity to have conversations with lots of different people on your team. And I just wanted to remind everybody, I love Trisha Rieger's call that she did for Tamara Holloway's team last Monday. If you didn't catch it, go listen to it. I'll actually pop it in the chat here, and then I'll share it in the threads after because it was so good. But one thing she said that I thought was, for whatever reason, it turned a light bulb on for me. She's like, our businesses run off conversations. So we need to get better at talking. She goes, practice talking. Say it out loud. Say your post out loud before you post it. Say your message out loud before you send it. Practice talking when you're like folding laundry. She's like, the kids will think you're crazy, but you get good practice. So, and she also said something I thought was so good. She said, if the conversations are slowing down or it's quiet, your points are going backwards. You need to go get into conversation. I thought that was so pivotal, so important to think about, because we are the little catalysts, right, in our business. We're the momentum makers. And so I just wanted to remind everybody of that. So we had almost 350 new people join one team. So if you are new on tonight, welcome. We'd love it if you would actually pop in the comments if you're new. We want everyone to feel welcomed and encouraged and excited. And we had a lot of people do a lot of amazing things. So really quick, I'm just going to do a quick rundown. If you're just hopping on, pop in the chat your wins for the month. This is shout out time, and you can totally shout yourself out. That's a-okay. All right, Angie and Brazzetti, congratulations, sister. I just saw she popped on. She hosts a team gathering every Tuesday. So she sometimes she's not able to pop on because she's literally hosting a bunch of people at her office. Okay, but she added 21 level ones in the month of November. She was Energizer Bunny, and she said literally it's compounded consistency. And I will also add from that Trisha call also, it's intensity also. She has the magic elixir going in her business right now, and it is consistency, compounding over time, and intensity. All right, I see that in her, and I'm so thankful for her example. Angie, where are you? I don't have this on gallery view. There you are. I see you. So congratulations for being the top enroller on the team. Right behind her, her daughter-in-law, Madison, added 15 level ones, which you already mentioned. Sarissa added 12, Jacqueline added 11, and so did Brandy. Woohoo! Becky Weaver added 10, Team Goff 9, Kathleen 9, Brooke 9, Amy Booker 8, Dolores and Christy and Janelle all added 7. Nicole and Maddie Hennegar added 6. Gretchen and Victoria added 5. And there was a lot of +1s, +2s, +3s, 4 and 5. And none of that, even though we're not shouting everyone's name out that added 1 or 2, that is also really special. And just like Lana was saying, she has major wins in her business right now because she's helping people that she's talked to for a long time that have finally been desperate enough to say yes, and they're actually hungry and willing to let her help them, right? And so don't discount the day of small things. Just because we shout out top enrollers does not, we're not like not shouting out the ones that helped one, because that is really important. That is really key, because every one person is one life potentially changed for the better, right? And I'm so grateful, and I know you all are too, that there was at least one brave friend that shared with us, and we decided to say yes. Right? So congratulations, everybody. I wanted to also mention that we had some rake-ups in the month of November. So we had some fast start silvers. If I miss a fast starter, please type it in the comments. So Wendy Stovall, led by Becky Weaver, Carolyn Brewer, led by Brooke Slater, Ryan Wilson, led by Victoria Wilson, and Bev Brawley, led by Melody Detweiler. And then for silvers, we had Maddie Hennegar, she's a level 1 of mine. Stacia, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, led by Melody. Christina, led by Angie. Rusha, led by Kathleen. Nastia, led by Melody. Carolyn, led by Kathleen. Charity Bray, led by myself, and also her direct sponsor, Megan. And then let's see, Raymond Mitchell, led by Jacqueline Mitchell. Lucy Plank, led by Emma. Maylee Miller, led by Angie. Tim Wages, led by Nicole. Danielle Cook, led by Jacqueline. Brad Stratton, led by Joel Stratton. Clara Mast, led by Marlene Diener. And then shout out to Dolores Yoder for going senior silver. And she is a level 2 of mine local. And we've had fun working together. And I know that Brandy has really teamed up with Dolores also, and has been a really sweet sideline support to her. So that's so fun. All right, I have a trending report here. So many of you had point growth from October to November. And so congratulations. It means literally when your businesses grow, it means that more people are getting healthier, more people are starting businesses, and that's wins all around. So, alrighty, if you're just popping on, feel free to pop your wins in the comments. Did I miss Danielle? I'm so sorry. She's not on the list. We'll have to make sure she gets added to that. Okay, congrats. Alrighty, we are going to go ahead and kick it over actually to Lana, because she's going to do some product education for us. So if you are a product information guru, or if you're not, you're going to be encouraged and actually more well equipped. I think that product information is good, and you don't have to be an expert in the products in order to share them with people, but knowing a little tiny bit about each product is a good thing. So Lana, if you are game, you can go ahead and take it away and unmute for us. Lana, I just have to shout her out really quick. She is a wealth of information, and she is always, I think we've all benefited from a Lana answer in the gold chat. Anyone type of 1 in the comments. We're thankful for Lana, because she is Johnny on the spot to just pipe in some perspective on health things, all things health, supplements, and has helped so many of us. So thank you, Lana. We really appreciate you for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. That's just like total fun for me. That just turns my crank. So it's like makes me feel like all the suffering I went through was worth it, which is really how I learned. It's people think I'm a nurse or something, but no. So, but I am kind of an ingredient snob and kind of geek out over some of what's happening. And when I first saw this, the whole thing about the weight loss shot, the skinny shot, I was so freaked out. I was like, I can't believe people are doing that. We have a completely natural way to accomplish the same thing with only good side effects. And the weight loss shot is basically shutting down your digestion. That's why you're not absorbing carbs and not having blood sugar spikes. You don't have any nutrients going into your body. It's just really scary. And so I was so excited when Block came out. That was originally our major like weight loss win for my husband. I didn't really want weight loss, but this helped me through the major carb cravings and while I was getting started, because I started for blood sugar balance. I really wanted that. That was important to me because I knew it was tied to so many other health issues, including like mental clarity. I'd already known that was connected. So my goal was to really get off of sugar. So I wanted the detox. I wanted all of that. But my husband just wanted to, put the good stuff in, and he kept eating how he was eating. And I was like, seriously? Like, how do you expect to get anywhere? And when we started him on Block, he started dropping inches. And it's because while he wasn't changing anything on the front end, it was keeping those carbs and that glucose from spiking in his system. And I didn't really understand how it worked fully. I just trusted that it did. And then I started taking it too when I would cheat, like if holidays were prime time for like, okay, falling off the wagon. And this kept me from adding the pounds, and it kept me from losing the progress that I had made with my sugar cravings and blood sugar issues. So I love Block, and the balance is sort of similar. And I was like, well, how are they the same? How are they different? Balance is what we're kind of recommending right now with the HC Slim, because it has more of the weight loss benefits with the added spirulina in it. But the Balance has even more carb blocking functions than the Block. The Block I would take kind of as needed, like I stick it in my purse. So like if I'm gonna have a really carby meal while we're out, I just pop some Block before we go. And it actually helps support thyroid function because of the brown seaweed extract. It's got a little iodine in it. And now I actually can't handle that much extra iodine. So I switched to Balance, and I use it the same way as I did Block, kind of as needed. But I'm seeing that the Balance really has a lot more blood sugar stabilizing benefits if you're taking it with a carby meal, with your heavy meal. So the Block has some of the same blood sugar balancing benefits that even Slim does, because it has the chromium in it. So you can take this like with food for blocking carbs, or you can take it away from food and it still gives you blood sugar balancing too. And so does Balance, but Balance is going to give you a lot more bang for your buck with your carb cravings and weight loss and cheat meals. But taking Balance consistently with your heaviest meal, especially if weight loss is a goal, or if you need blood sugar stabilization, this is the champion. So that's my thing on those. And on the two Slims, like I really don't care for a black cherry lime Slim flavor. It's not my fave. Kind of tastes like cough syrup to me. But on the other hand, it's got all the same benefits. It's just, and that different flavor also adds the spirulina. And I'm finding I'm taking my regular Slim in the morning, and or at my breakfast, which is usually around 11 because I do intermittent fasting. But then later in the evening, I'm taking another half of a Slim. So I just do half a packet, twist it shut so it doesn't get all cakey in there. And then I do half in the morning and half in the evening. And I'm finding it's really making me chill at night and I'm not waking up in the night, like with night sweats as much, all that kind of hot flash kind of business. I'm way past menopause, but I still get night sweats for some reason and haven't figured it out yet exactly. But I think this taking the slim later in the day, I think it may be actually blood sugar is the issue. And so hormone balance and all that that's attached to that. So I'm kind of excited about this slim down challenge.
Me too. So
Yeah.
if you didn't know, we have a slim down challenge going. We can make sure everybody gets added to that. There's the link is on the team page. We've popped it in the chats a couple times, but if you're not in there, contact your sponsor and they can get you added. But I am really looking forward to our own team and everyone's results from the slim and the balance. So yeah, stay consistent with that and let's also, I know a lot of us on this call are all inners. So make sure that you go in that group at least once a day, tag your people, drop some comments just so that we keep the energy up in there. And while I'm talking about it, I noticed that the Maui Momentum Challenge, there's fewer people in that group, but I think because there's so not very much interaction, the algorithm isn't favoring it. And so I think some people have kind of forgotten about that group. We're in week 3. So if you have kind of fallen off the bandwagon or have not plugged in yet, it's okay. Just start with week 3 and move forward. Okay. And if you have time to go back to week 2 or week 1, totally fine. But I don't want people tapping out of it because they're like, whoops, I got busy with the Black Friday special and I grew my business and I forgot to tap into that challenge group. It's totally fine. Okay. So, but pop in there. I'm going to do a giveaway this week. So motivation to go get consistent with that group. Okay. All right. Now we're going to actually feature the number 2 top enroller, Madison Amberzetti. So you can go ahead and unmute. I am super curious what you did last month that was different than the months before. Because, okay, let me just tell you all, she grew her points by over 100. Okay. And she had her highest points ever. And she added 15 level 1s. How many team wide did you add? 21?
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So awesome. Okay. So tell us all the things.
Okay. So I so I think I only had 1 in September and then I added 1 in October. But I do a lot of vendor events. Angie, Janelle, Christy, and I, we kind of, and some other team members, but we kind of not host, but go to these vendor events and like I guess it was like the 2nd and 3rd week of November, we had 3 vendor events. 1 Saturday, 3 the next Saturday. So we were like booking the vendor events. But over the last year, I've been like really hot and heavy on vendor events. And because I homeschool, I don't get out that much. Like I don't literally like go anywhere other than dance, and I'm at home most of the time. So I don't get like that much interaction. Like we go to church, but I don't really, Aaron's usually working because we're building a house, so he works all the time. Anyways, so I don't get that much interaction like outside of the home unless I do vendor events. So we've been doing these. I always add everyone that's interested at the vendor event. I add them on Facebook. And if they don't have Facebook, I get their phone number and their email and their phone number and their email. And then I always follow up with them. So if the vendor event's on a Saturday, Monday I'll follow up on them. And the trick to the Facebook thing is you say to them, "Oh, are you on Facebook?" And they'll say yes. And you say, "Okay, get out your phone right now and look my name up and add me. And then when I get home, I'll accept it and we'll chat." And so that's kind of how like I run it. And then that way when Monday hits, I don't forget who I've talked to because I haven't accepted their friend request yet. So Monday will come, I'll accept their friend request and then I'll chat. So I added a whole bunch of people this month like that. The person I added last month was from a vendor event from August. And the one I added in September was from a vendor event. So that has been absolutely huge. And it depends on, I guess, what part of the country you live in, but we have them like consistently in Tennessee. So we always have plenty of things to go to. Another thing is like, I have a friend that is just went senior Ruby, and she really holds my feet to the fire. And when I tell her my fears, she just like walks all over them and is like, who cares? And so she's been really good at pushing me forward. She's not on our team, but I met her in Utah at an Emily Gibson event and we just hit it off. And so she told me, I guess it was like it was right before the sale hit. She's like, you got to go back and ask every single person to make a post. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. And she was like, I don't care. Like, you got to go ask every single person to make a post. So I had one girl that I actually made a huge mistake and put her under Erin. And it has bit me recently, but I put her under Erin 2 years ago. I had asked her to make a post because she was loving the products. Her OB actually recommended them to her. And so I had asked her to make a post like a few months ago, and she told me no, that she didn't want to do that. She had nothing to say about it, blah, blah. But my friend was like, who cares? Ask her again. And I was like, I don't want to. But I did, and she added 4 that day. Or it might have been over 2 days, but it was like very quickly. So she went Fast Start Silver last month. Bummer, Erin got the points for Punta Cana and I didn't. So lesson learned there. He's now deleted out of the back office. But so yeah, and then Angie messaged me, I guess it was like, was it the last day of this or maybe first day of December? She was like, log into your back office. And I was like, what? Okay. So I logged in and my points were at 1045 for Punta Cana. And so I'm totally earning Punta Cana. Erin and I went and got our passports today and I'm just like overjoyed. And so, yeah, just a lot of like consistency in those conversations of people I've met over the last few months, and not giving up. Like one person had told me, she was in liver failure, the one I added last month, and she was like, I don't know that I want to do it. I read online that someone said their liver enzymes were elevated, whatever. And so, I just kind of explained to her some things, and so she was like, well, I'm gonna wait. Thank you though. And I'm like, okay, no problem. She signed up in October. And but that was just a conversation that I had continued, like she told me no to Plexus and I was like, that's fine, like, and now she's a good customer. So yeah.
So awesome. Thank you for sharing. So a couple of things I heard Madison say that I think are really pivotal. One, you're growing your network. And for you, that looks like doing vendor events. Another thing I heard you say was get a sideline accountability partner. Can I just shout that from the rooftops? Okay, I've been in Plexus for almost 9 years, and I will say I've had great accountability from various people, right? But sometimes it's good to partner up with someone that's maybe even better than you, right? And so I actually, as of yesterday, Trisha Rieger, we were chatting and she reached out to me and said, hey, will you be an accountability partner with me? And I'm like, yes, I will be. I have never had one before, not like this. And so we are screenshotting our back office every single morning. All right. She's going Sapphire because she on her reentry because she went Emerald in 4 months. I think you all know her story. Well, if you don't, you need to go check it out because it's pretty amazing. She went Emerald in 4 months. She is planning to go Sapphire by April and Diamond by September. Okay. I'm going to power team up with her. All right. I'm trying to go Emerald on my reentry. And she wants to grow by 500 points this month. I want to grow by 500 points. So I'm going to team up with somebody that is better than me. Y'all, she added 60 level 1s last month, 60. Okay. But she has a really thriving Instagram. She shows up every single day. She does like multiple reels a day. She is adding value like crazy. Okay. And so I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still pivoting, figuring out what is working, what's not. And she's like, one thing that works on Tuesday may not work on Thursday. She's like, I did a before and after on my wall on Instagram, whatever you call that thing. And she signed like 30 people from that post. She's like, I did it again on Thursday. I signed 1. Or maybe she had 1 comment. I don't even know that she signed anyone. It was 1 comment. So all that to say, oh, and we're also telling each other, like, this is what I'm doing today. And I told her, I'm like, my goal is to get a silver, or I didn't tell her it's silver yet. I told her my plan is to close 3 by the end of this week. Okay. So sometimes, well, not even sometimes, the downside to this business is that we have so much freedom, so much so that it can be really easy for us not to do the things we need to do. Right. And we don't set like quotas for ourselves. Like we don't have to clock in and out. We don't have to meet a quota, which is beautiful, but also can like really be detrimental to our businesses. Right. So I want to encourage every single person, grab a sideline accountability partner that can call your bluff. Charlotte's been calling Madison's bluff, right? And telling her, just go do the thing. Don't overthink it. Right. Okay. Did I see Victoria just pop back on? I think I did. Hey, unmute. All right, we want to hear from Victoria too. She was a top enroller on Justin's leg, which is so awesome. And she earned the cruise last month. And so it was super fun to hang with her and her husband and meet her and get to know her a little bit. And so, yes, unmute and tell us. Let's hear all the things from you.
Okay, hi. So last month, I really just tried to get my head in the game, and in previous months, I wasn't writing down my goals and everything that I was planning to do for the month. So that's what I said. I said, okay, I'm going to write it down, and I'm not going to stop working until I get to cross these things off and fill in the blanks. So I started with a blank piece of paper with 12 spots open, and I said, okay, I actually wanted them to be my personal level ones, but they ended up being team ads. So we did fill all 12 spots. I think there ended up being 13 team ads from me, my husband, and 2 of my new girls that are working, which is super exciting. One of my level ones, she started on the 28th, I believe. She placed a VIP order, and then she added 2 people within like 24 hours because she just made a post and had 2 people reach out to her. So that was super exciting. And she was really hoping to get silver, but she didn't. So that's her main goal this month. And that's one of my goals, is to help her get Fast Start Silver. But I helped my husband get Fast Start Silver last month. So that was really exciting for us. I think more for me than it was him. But other things that I was doing, what did I write down? Oh, I had a vendor event. That was my first one. I had never done those before. And one of my girls working, Amy, who I don't think she's on this call. I can't see everybody, but I don't think she is. But she is also working, and she went to that event with me. And we had a lot of connections made. I don't think I knew anybody that was there, which is kind of odd because it was only 10 minutes from my house. But we didn't know anybody that was there, and anybody that walked by looked. We had a bunch of drinks out for people to try, and that was very captivating for a lot of people. They would look, I wonder what that is. Oddly enough, a lot of men that walked by, they were actually the ones that were really looking at the drinks, and they would stop and ask. And then they would holler to their wife across the room and be like, hey, come over here, learn about gut health. So that was kind of fun. And actually, she ended up signing up 2 people, husband and wife, that night, that we didn't know. So that was cool for her. I started posting a lot more on Facebook. I was only doing maybe 1 Plexus post and 1 personal post. And now I'm trying to do, well, I don't know, probably 3 personal and 3 Plexus a day. A little much for some people, I'm sure, and then my stories, I'm also adding to my stories a bunch. When I say a bunch, probably like 15 things a day. And I've noticed a lot more interaction on my Facebook from that too. It's definitely messed with the algorithm. And lastly, I started a Facebook group for all new potential people, and every single person that we met at the vendor event that we talked to, we had them scan a QR code and get added to that Facebook page, and they would automatically get to spin a wheel prize that we had, and they would either get to pick a goodie or get $20 off their first order, things like that. So just fun incentives that we did for any new potential people.
Love it. Love, love, love. So I heard a couple of things you said. Did anyone hear her say writing your goals down? That is like the lifeblood for growth in your business. When I see Trisha Rigger and what she's doing, she has like a hundreds chart, like you buy at the dollar store for your kids. She has that on her fridge, and she and her kids cross off the orders as they come in. Okay. So track your goals, write your goals down. I already have my board made for the month. Okay. For Operation Emerald. Okay. You can make yours Operation Gold, Operation Ruby, whatever you're going for. And you need to have your current people, your army that you're building. You're building a small army, right? Of potential or future or current sharers, and then bringing more people into the team. And so I loved that you mentioned that, because that is really key. And I just want to hone in on that. If you have not set your goals for the month, you need to do it before you go to bed tonight. All right. Victoria, I promise you, already has hers down. So actually, for homework, yes, take a picture of your goals that you have written down wherever and pop it in our Punta Cana thread. Let's just get that popping with a bunch of written down goals, okay, for the month of December. Also, she talked about more posts and stories, and this is exactly what Genevieve said. She explained the science behind why this Black Friday special was so effective. It was because there was an up level in communication. There was more output. And when there's more output, guess what happens? There's more inflow into your business. So the more you market something, I think this is a law like sowing and reaping, right? The more you do, the more customers you get, right? The person that posts once a week is not going to have the same results as someone that posts 3 times a day, right? And so we have to get out of our mind that we're bugging people or that we're going to annoy people, because guess what? Maybe 1 out of 25 may feel that way, but you're not posting to that person. You're posting for the 25 that actually are tracking with your posts and just haven't told you yet, right? You have anything you want to pop in?
So just a couple things really fast. In light of mindset, as far as we're finishing up the second Leaders Retreat contest, we're also finishing up the year. And so there's some things that we do. It's easy to do. It's easy to unplug when we get towards the end of the year, because we're starting fresh on January 1st, right? That's always the goal. Don't be that way. As far as your goals go, as far as your business goes, as far as your exercise plan goes, as far as your relationships go, any of those things, the best way to start fresh in 2024 on January 1st is to finish 2023 strong. Like we started a family challenge the day after Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, it's time to up level now. We're not going to just float through the rest of the year as a family. We're going to finish the year strong. And so I hold all my family accountable on our chat thread. Even my oldest son's girlfriend has to do it. So, hey, whatever. It's just the way it works. She wanted to do it. We're not like forcing her to do it. But the thing is, it's the idea with this new year that's coming up. Just why wait? Start now. Because most people that wait and start on January 1st, by the way, because most of the goals people have are physical in nature. And so they're going to start an exercise program on January 1st. Well, by January 21st, like 90% of those people are done exercising already. So don't wait. Don't be one of those people. Just start now. As far as your business goes, as far as your Plexus goes, we have a slim down challenge, which is really kind of awesome. Now we're not waiting until after the holidays to start a slim down challenge. We'll probably have another one, but we're going to do one before we go into Christmas, before we start going into all these things. We're going to go into the holidays ready, feeling good, looking good, and ready to share what we have with people. So the idea, again, finish strong, take part of the slim down challenge. I'm taking part in the slim down challenge, and I'm excited about it. And so there's just a lot of opportunity to finish this year strong. We can, I don't know where everybody is on their Leaders Retreat credits and all of those things, but there's so many reasons to finish strong. One, even if you finish strong, you really want to work this business. You really want this thing to work. The biggest hurdles that you're going to face in this business are you.
Yeah.
The biggest hurdles you're going to face in this business are between your ears. Trust me, most of it is our issue. It's mental, right? We are our biggest hurdle in this business. So even if you show up and you decide, I'm going to show up the rest of this year, I'm going to give it all I got. Even if you don't hit all of your goals, it's still a victory. That's the idea behind our family challenge. The things that I have everybody do every day is not necessarily a bunch of difficult things. It's 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, 50 air squats, drink half a gallon of water a day, read one chapter out of First John every single day, and then another book study we're doing, read a chapter of that. That's it. There's nothing extremely difficult in the tasks I have them do. The difficulty lies in doing it every day for the rest of the year. That's the difficulty. It's the consistency. And so finish strong, be consistent in whatever, in all the areas, but especially with your business. Finish strong. And even if you don't hit your goal, it will still be a victory for you because you finished strong. You kept showing up. It's like a mental victory, and you'll go right into the new year ready to rock. You'll go ready because you ended the year with a win. Don't, you know what I mean? End the year with the win. When it's 12:01 on January 1st, you're walking in as a winner already because you just kicked the crap out of 2023 in December. You didn't lay down and beg God for it to end. You went out, with a bang. And so let that be the way you go out of this year. Let that be the way you finish this contest. And then January 1st, it's the same old situation. It's just, okay, it's another day. We have to remember to put another number on your check when you write it. So but your effort doesn't have to change. You don't have to just start fresh. You just keep doing what you've been doing. And so there's no magic about January 1st. The magic really in winning is starting today with whatever the thing is. That's where the magic happens, and being consistent from here on out. So
agreed.
There you go.
So really quick, we had at least one or maybe more cruise earners, because not necessarily because of an event we had here, but because of one sentence that was said at that event. Do you guys know what it was? It was this: there are people that will join today or after today and earn Punta Cana or earn the cruise. Did you know that Fast Start Golds will automatically earn the trip? The trip is set up for new people to earn it. So they get double credits in their first month. And so you guys have all the potential. Those 350 people, almost 350 people that came into the team in November have the potential. All of them have the potential to go earn Punta Cana by sharing with 20 friends, basically 17 friends, right? So be having the conversations. Don't be scared of them. Like Madison or I can't remember. Victoria was saying, ask everyone, have a conversation with everyone about making a post. Like, don't overthink it. Just ask them. Like, hey, would you be willing to make a post if I sent you what to say? Like, make it super casual. And if you know them well enough to tease them, you can be like, a double dog dare ya, or hey, I promise you won't die. Like, let's see what happens. So
it's a great post opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And so for the people, or even is reaching out with the new people and just letting them know, hey, did you know that this is possible over the next, what is it, like 26 days, whatever we have left of the month. Again, 26 days, just starting this, you can earn a trip to the Dominican Republic in February. And just show them how to do Fast Start, how to achieve Fast Start Gold. If you don't know how to do that, maybe you're still new. That's okay. Reach out to your upline. Hey, help me out understanding the Fast Start Gold program. How does this work? And how can I market this to my new people so that they can earn this trip to the Dominican Republic with me?
And stop waiting for people to be you or better than you, because a lot of people aren't. But you can develop them because you know what to do. You know how to help them make a post. You know how to help them make a list. You know how to host a little event for them. Rinse, rock, repeat, right? And so doing that over and over, do an online event, do an in-person event, like do all the things, throw the net wide, like go on the ride with them, because you're basically like tapping into their network and sharing with their network. It's just that they've invited you in to share with their network, right? And you're kind of working through them. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that helps you guys, but like be Johnny on the spot in the trenches with your people, not expecting them to just organically know what to do. You may have a unicorn that does, and when you do, we're so thankful for that, right? But be okay with hand holding, doing the hand holding. And I just want to mention this really fast and we got to pop off. Popcorn silvers. Can we just have popcorn silvers? Like, preach the power of 3 like crazy to all your people. Don't just reach out once, mention it multiple times, tag them in stuff, encourage them. Hey, you have double bonuses this month. Like, let's get you some Christmas cash. Like, how fun would that be? Right? So that's all we have, you guys. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll pop on our new ambassador coaching. Go invite your people and we'll see you in about 2 minutes.